in a major development in the alleged multi-crore scam involving the Valmiki Development Corporation. The Enforcement Directorate has now conducted raids at multiple locations, including the residence of Ballari MP Tukaram. Residences of MLAs Nara, Bharat, Reddy and Kampli Ganesh were also raided by the ED. In addition, the house of Govardhan, the personal assistant of former Minister B. Nagendra, was also searched. The ED also carried out an inspection in the room allotted to B. Nagendra at the legislator's home in Bengaluru. The raids are in connection with allegations that 21 crore meant for development purposes was misused during the Lok Sabha elections in Ballari. The Enforcement Directorate had been investigating the case and is now executing search operations at the residences of several MPs as well as MLAs. The search operations are being carried out by ED officers who arrived from the national capital. According to the charge sheet submitted to the ED court, the entire financial transaction was executed under the instruction of B. Nagendra. The ED found out that of the 187 crore rupees involved in the Valmiki Corporation scam, 97.32 crore rupees was illegally transferred. It was also revealed that 21 crore rupees came from the corporation's fund was in fact diverted for use during the Lok Sabha elections. The charge sheet filed by the ED mentions instances of money distribution in both Bengaluru as well as Ballari. The ED has filed charge sheet against 5 individuals, including B. Nagendra. The Enforcement Directorate has submitted its detailed charge sheet to the Special Court for People's Representatives, formally accusing the involved politicians and their aides as well. My colleague Gautam joining us to provide us more details with regards to that. Gautam, please help us break down the entire information for the better perspective of our viewers.
Yes, Sakshi. So these raids that are currently being carried out by the Enforcement Directorate is in connection with the Valmiki Development Corporation scam that had come to light early last year. Now, keep in mind that the center of this entire scam is the former Minister B. Nagendra. So back in July last year, B. Nagendra had to step down from his position as a minister following allegations that funds from the Valmiki Development Corporation. This corporation is basically meant to disperse funds for the marginalized communities, basically the SC/ST communities, and the funds were misappropriated from the corporation and basically used for Lok Sabha elections. And the funds were also diverted to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh back then. This was the allegation that came to light, and he was also briefly in CBI custody back then as well. And now SIT was formed back then, and the investigations were headed along with the CBI and the ED. And now we are seeing raids happening on multiple locations. It's not just B. Nagendra, it's also the Ballari MP Tukaram, who's also been raided, and MLAs Nara, Bharat, Reddy and Kampli Ganesh are also currently being raided. And this besides the personal assistant of B. Nagendra himself. So right now, raids are underway, as we understand, at 5 locations, 5 in Ballari and 3 in Bangalore itself. Now, if I have to just explain a little bit in detail about what this scam itself is, Sakshi, it's to do with PMLA, which is why the ED has stepped in. Basically, during the Siddaramaiah government, right after it came to power, there were search operations conducted at 23 locations back then itself, and this spanned across 4 states. And what they found was that a substantial amount of almost 90 crore was misappropriated from the Valmiki Scheduled Tribes Development Corporation, and this was used to procure a significant quantity of liquor just before the Lok Sabha elections, and that is when the ED stepped in. And now the diverted funds were said to be layered through fake shell accounts. Cash and bullion was also dispersed among several of the accused as well. And this scam, once it came to light, B. Nagendra had to step down as the minister, and now the spotlight is back on him to understand. We'll get to know further details of why and what is the necessity for this raid currently being carried out. Because keep in mind, the Karnataka government had actually accepted that the scam had taken place under this Valmiki Development Board, and now it remains to be seen what exactly the ED will uncover from these raids as well, Sakshi.
Absolutely. Some of the big names that have been wrapped up here in the series of raids which are conducted against them, Gautam, would you highlight some of the big names? in the list?
Yes, Sakshi. So the most prominent, like I mentioned, the most prominent name here is former Minister B. Nagendra himself. Keep in mind, he is at the center of this controversy when he had to step down when the allegations surfaced early last year about probable funds being misappropriated from Valmiki Development Board Corporation. His is the top name here, and the other big name is that of Ballari MP Tukaram himself, now a member of Parliament of Lok Sabha, being raided is a big development here that the ED that he has come under the ED scanner as well. And Nara Bharat Reddy and Kampli Ganesh, two prominent MLAs again from Ballari area. So the focus largely remains around the MLAs and MP of Ballari. So it remains to be seen. There should have been some sort of leads that the ED must have got, which made them conduct raids. And prominently, these raids are happening in Ballari and a few of their offices in Bangalore. So it will be interesting to see if there is any more linkage to the Lok Sabha elections, especially given the fact that it happened just last year and about 90 crore was basically transferred from the Valmiki Development Corporation for this election is what was the allegation. And if that is true, we could be looking at serious trouble for the Lok Sabha MP and also the MLAs and the former minister as well here, Sakshi.
Absolutely.